In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Stipula Etruria fountain pen. I'll go over the specs, I will do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this pen coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out my channel. All right, let's get on with the review. This is a Stipula Etruria. Now, the name comes from Etruria, which it would be considered Tuscany now, and that's where Stipula is based. They're based in Florence, and this, I have to say, is a surprisingly pretty pen. The pictures online didn't really do it justice. In person, I have to say I really like the look of this pen. Let's walk through it. So this pen, it's a big, oversized pen. It has what's called wild honey acrylic, and it's just a really pretty material. I really like the way that they did the trim, where it's like this frosted gold, and then on some of like the rings, the outer rings on the cap and at the end of the body here are like a shiny gold with the matte gold. This pen looks really nice. I really enjoy the look of it. Now, in terms of price, the retail price for this pen is $250 and the street price is around $185. I got this on Amazon for about $85. At the time of this video, I'm not seeing them for that price on Amazon. I am still seeing deals on La Vente Due. Got this one for $64. Take a look. You know, the prices, they fluctuate, they change. Maybe they're selling out of stock, but at $84, I thought this was worth a try, and I'm glad that I got it because it's quite a nice pen. So let's walk through the design of it. Now, it's not really necessarily a bulbous pen, but it is a fat pen with not too much taper. It does taper towards, you know, the tail and the top of the cap, but it's pretty minimal. There's no finial. The cap, or the clip rather, is pressed into the body. There's no ring holding it in place like you see on some pens, and it has this really nice matte gold finish with these, I believe it's straw, because stipula is short for stipulation, which in Latin means straw. If it's not, maybe it's a nib. I don't know. Is it a leaf? You guys tell me what this logo is. But basically this motif, we'll call it a leaf motif or a straw motif, is carried through also on the cap ring here. And it has these nice crisp engravings. It just has a good quality feel to it. Going back to the clip, it kind of bends up in the middle, but is relatively flat on top, and then has sort of a chamfered profile down to the side. It looks really nice. I really like the finish on this pen. And again, thick sort of engraving on the cap ring and those two shiny gold rings on the outside. I think it looks really nice. Now, with this wild honey color, you do see some of the underlying workings here. You can see some of the threading in the lighter amber areas of this pen that you may or may not like. On the body, it does say Stipula Firenze, made in Italy, because it's made in Italy. It's engraved there. Looks nice. No individual model number, but quite good. It's a threaded cap, and then I think the nib on this looks a little bit small. You can see it really kind of tapers down here into the grip section. This is a number 6 Bock nib with stipulas. Very nice engraving on there. Good looking nib. It's a number 6 nib, but I have to say it does seem a touch small on this pen. It is a cartridge converter pen. It does come with a converter, which is nice. It's just standard international cartridge and converter. Okay, let's do some measurements. And this is about 153 millimeters long, capped that is, and about 133 uncapped. Posted, it does post quite nicely, but because it is kind of a bigger pen, I think it's it's not the most comfortable for long writing sessions. This is about 173, 174. That's quite a big pen. Now, in terms of the grip section here, it does taper quite a bit, 10.4. So that's at its skinniest, and then it gets quite a bit bigger at the ends there. So it's a big grip section. It's actually quite comfortable. In terms of the body, about 15.8. I think, is that the widest? Yeah, so quite a thick pen. Now, to do some comparisons, here it is with a Mont Blanc 149. So as you can see, it is longer than a 149, and it's about as wide as a 149. Now, the 149 has a much bigger grip section and a much bigger nib. It just has a more proportional look to it, I think. But I still think this looks pretty good, even though there is that quite aggressive taper down the body. Compared to some other more normal pens, here it is with a Platinum 3776, with a Platinum Curidas, Aurora, Talentum. So it's a big pen. 33.3 grams. Not super heavy for a big pen, but not light either. Now, uncapped, about 19 grams. It's quite comfortable uncapped. Capped, it just becomes, it's too, I don't have the biggest hands, and it's just a bit big for me. If you have really big hands, you might like this posted. It's not so heavy, but for me, I find the balance is a little bit off, but I can probably get a page and a half A4 size with this without it starting to feel a bit tired. Okay, I'm going to be doing the writing sample on a Papermind Mitsubishi Bank Paper notebook. These notebooks are excellent with fountain pens, and for Blake's Broadcast viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. This is a Stipula Etruria, and this is a medium nib, and this is Colorverse string. We'll try some fast writing. We do get a good amount of skipping that we're seeing here. Now, I've used it with some Iroshizuku ink, and I didn't experience this problem, but for general writing, it is skipping now, so I guess the feed is a bit starved, but in normal use, if you don't write crazy fast like that, I don't really have any issues with skipping. This ink, I would say, has an average to maybe slightly dry flow, but with a lubricated ink, I don't really have any issues with skipping. Now, it is a smooth nib. I wouldn't say it's the smoothest medium that I've used, but generally I think the feeling is that it is smooth, and there is no, and it really doesn't like when you push on it, no flexibility really. I mean, you can get a little bit of line variation there, but not a ton. Reverse writing, scratchy for sure, but it does seem to be able to do it. That's pretty much it. I have enjoyed writing with this pen. I actually do like it with this string ink, even though it does not do really fast writing. So what are my pros and cons for the Stipula Etruria fountain pen? Well, I think the biggest pro here is the looks. This is a very pretty fountain pen. I really like this Wild Honey acrylic with the matte gold trims. I think it looks very nice. It's a big, oversized body, very comfortable, sort of a 149 size pen, although with a bit smaller nib. Good quality Bock nib, writes nicely. I really don't have any complaints with the build quality of this pen. It looks and feels very, very nice. Now, in terms of cons, the biggest con is going to be the retail price, $250. That's a lot for a steel nib cartridge converter pen. This is a very pretty one though. It is made in Italy, so it has those sort of things going for it. But at that price, it would be pretty hard, I think, for me to justify, because $250, that's gold nib territory. Now, street price $185. It's getting a little bit better, but still very, very high for a steel nib cartridge converter pen. Now, at the price that I paid, $85 on Amazon, this is a pretty fantastic pen and one that I could very easily recommend. Other cons, the threading that is on the inside of this pen is visible through the acrylic. So, you may not like to see that. It doesn't bother me so much on this pen. There are other pens that I've had where I found it a bit more unattractive, but that's pretty much it. Do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you like this video, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and until next time.